The Silent Clockmaker, The Value of Time. Story. Opening scene. In a small town hidden away in the hills, there lives an old clockmaker named Elias, renowned for creating the most beautiful and intricate clocks anyone has ever seen. However, there's something odd about his clocks: they have no hands. People visit his shop, baffled, questioning why the clocks don't show the time. But Elias just smiles and says, "You'll understand in time." Introduction of the protagonist. A young woman named Mara, ambitious but always rushing through life, comes to the clockmaker's shop. She's constantly late, stressed, and overwhelmed, trying to balance work, relationships, and her own desires. She's heard rumors about Elias' strange clocks and decides to confront him, thinking it's ridiculous to sell clocks that don't tell time. The encounter. Mara walks into the shop, cluttered with beautiful, silent clocks, their ticking sounds missing. She demands to know why the clocks don't work. Elias, calm and unbothered, asks her, "Why are you always in such a hurry?" Mara responds, frustrated, explaining how time always slips through her fingers, how she's always running out of it. Elias, with a kind smile, gives her a task. "I'll give you one of my clocks. Take it home, and every time you feel like you're losing time, just stop and listen to the silence." Reluctantly, Mara agrees, thinking it's a strange request, but takes the clock home. The transformation. At first, Mara doesn't understand. She continues rushing, working late, and stressing over deadlines. But one evening, after a particularly hectic day, she remembers Elias' words and finally decides to pause. She sits quietly, staring at the handless clock, noticing the silence for the first time. Slowly, something begins to change. Mara starts using the clock as a reminder to stop and reflect on her life, taking breaks from the constant rush. Each time she pauses, she notices things she had been ignoring: small moments of joy, opportunities she missed in her frantic pace, and the beauty in slowing down. The climax. One day, Mara returns to Elias' shop, feeling lighter, as though she's found something invaluable. She no longer questions why the clocks have no hands. Instead, she thanks him for the lesson. Elias reveals the deeper wisdom: time is not in the ticking of the hands, it's in the moments we choose to notice. Mara understands that the value of time isn't in measuring every second, but in embracing each moment fully. She no longer races against the clock, but learns to flow with time, finding balance and peace. Ending scene. Mara leaves the shop, the handless clock still ticking in her heart. The final shot shows the town's villagers looking into the window of Elias' shop, intrigued by the clocks that do not measure time but instead remind people to live it fully.
The Mirror of Truth, Unmasking Ourselves. Story. Opening scene. Start with an illustration of a small, quiet village nestled at the foot of a mountain. The village is known for one thing: everyone wears masks. The masks are ornate and beautiful, but no one knows what anyone really looks like, not even themselves. The masks are passed down through generations, symbolizing traditions, beliefs, and the identities given by society. Introduction of the protagonist. One day, a young villager named Aaron becomes curious about his true face. After an unsettling encounter with an elder who hints at seeing the truth, Aaron decides to embark on a journey up the Forbidden Mountain, where it's said that the Mirror of Truth resides. This mirror is said to reveal not only one's true appearance but the deepest aspects of their soul: the good, the bad, and the unspoken dreams. Conflict and discovery. As Aaron climbs the mountain, he meets others on the same quest, some burdened by their masks, others frightened to know what lies beneath. Along the journey, Aaron faces personal fears and self-doubt. He helps other travelers face their truths but still questions his own identity. Throughout the climb, subtle hints of wisdom appear, like an old monk's advice about letting go of societal labels, and a woman's story about her regret for never following her dreams. Climactic scene at the Mirror of Truth. Aaron finally reaches the summit and stands before the Mirror of Truth. Hesitant but determined, he removes his mask. To his surprise, the mirror doesn't reveal his face. Instead, it shows glimpses of his life's journey, moments of kindness he forgot, mistakes he learned from, and dreams he abandoned. In the reflection, he sees not just his physical appearance but the essence of who he truly is. Resolution and lesson. The village had always focused on outward appearances, but Aaron realizes that identity isn't what's shown to others, but what's understood within oneself. Armed with this wisdom, Aaron returns to the village without his mask, determined to share the lesson. True strength and beauty come from embracing both our imperfections and potential. The story ends with the villagers slowly removing their masks, understanding that true wisdom lies in facing one's own truth, not in the masks society gives us. Design and visuals for the video. Opening visuals: a village of colorful, ornate masks, contrasting with simple, everyday life activities, like farming, trading. The journey: scenes of Aaron and other villagers climbing the mountain, with each one symbolizing a different life challenge: fear, regret, failure, ambition. The mirror of truth: glowing, mystical, reflecting not just a face but vibrant, emotionally impactful images of Aaron's past. Final scene: villagers slowly removing their masks as the sunset glows over the village, symbolizing freedom, authenticity, and a new beginning. Visual style: artistic and symbolic, using soft, mystical elements, glowing paths, reflections of emotions in the mirror.